What's going on, Duff Daddies and Duff Mamas? I'm Brendan here with DuffinUp.com, and today we're going to be going over the Northern Trust fantasy picks coming up on the Duffin Up YouTube channel. Please go down below, rate, subscribe. Go to DuffinUp.com for all your golf needs. So going into it right now, I usually go with three different categories. I go with the top players to avoid, the players who will blow up your cap but are worth it, and great value picks. Now these are all DraftKings lineups. I do not usually play FanDuel, but I definitely can start playing FanDuel. But usually I just go with the DraftKings lineup. So getting right into it, the top players to avoid. I currently have Justin Thomas at $11,300. For me, at least, this one's pretty tough just because Justin Thomas is a very, very good golfer. He's an amazing player. He has had a great year. My biggest issue is just that $11,300 is an enormous fee. You probably have to go with mostly 7 grand for the rest of it, which, there's some great players in 7,000s, especially with this being a top 125 tournament. But I just feel as though that's probably not the best way to go. Following up on players that will probably blow your cap but are worth it, it's Rory McIlroy. He's $10,800 this week on DraftKings, so $500 less than Justin Thomas. Still, again, you're probably going to have to stay in like the mid to high sevens, but you'll still have that extra $500 to play around with. And Rory McIlroy has had an amazing year. Amazing year. He hasn't missed a cut all year in 12 starts. He's finished in the top 10 in half of those starts. And he has a really, really good record at TPC Boston. He's been able to finish T12 in 2018. He won it in 2016, a T29 in 2015, and a T5 in 2014. He did miss the cut in 2017, but I still think 4 out of 5 cuts, including two top 10s and 3 top 20s, is a really good record. Some really good players in the great value picks area. I currently have Mark Leishman at $7,400. He's had a really big up and down year. He's had some really, really good tournaments. He's also had some pretty bad tournaments too. But one of the courses he really does like on tour is TPC Boston. He's made 5 out of the past 6 cuts, and he's top 20 in 2 out of his last 3 starts there. For $7,400, he's a great pick, and he would really help you in that lineup. My next great value pick is Tyrrell Hatton. Tyrrell Hatton at $8,000 this week. He has had a fantastic year. He's made 7 out of 8 cuts. The one cut he did miss was the PGA Championship, and of course I had him in my lineup that week, so I'm a little upset at him right now. But overall, he's had 5 top 10s out of his 7 made cuts, which is an impressive number. And he also finished T12 in the last tournament that was played here in the Dell Technologies in 2018. So overall, he's been a really, really good player. He had that almost chip in at 18 in one of his rounds at TPC Boston the last time he played. So overall, he's a great pick. I just kind of want to go through my 6 picks that I've picked this week. I have my first golfer is Jason Day at $9,300, Tony Finau at $8,800, Paul Casey at $8,500, Justin Rose at $8,000, Abraham Answer at $7,700, and Mark Leishman at $7,400. So I did pick Leishman here. I did leave out Tyrrell Hatton just because I'm still a little mad at him from his last start where he missed the cut. But overall, Jason Day has had 4 straight top 10s. I think he makes it 5. He usually plays very well here. Tony Finau, T4 the last time in 2018. Very, very good players. Had a really good season. I could see him continuing to perform. Paul Casey, T2 at the PGA Championship. Finnitt plays very well here as well at the TPC Boston. Justin Rose, $8,000. Very up and down year for Justin Rose. Really surprised because he had such a solid last 2 years. But he has really, really played well at TPC Boston, and I think he'll continue to do that. Abraham Answer, his only start in 2018. He finished T7, and that was kind of before of his breakout year. This year, he's been fantastic, had a great breakout year, and I can see him continuing. And finally, as above noted, Mark Leishman, $7,400. Great. I think that's great value for a guy who, could miss the cut, but at the same time, he could be a top 5 guy easily at TPC Boston. So again, thank you very much for tuning in here. I really do appreciate everyone tuning in. Remember to go down below, rate, subscribe, follow us on Twitter at DuffinUpBlog. Follow us on Facebook at DuffinUpBlog, Instagram at DuffinUpBlog. Go to www.duffinup.com for any of your needs. And again, thank you guys, and I hope to talk to you soon.